Hello and welcome to another update video about Natgas. At the moment, the most popular videos on this channel, so I try to give you more frequent updates about Natgas. And Natgas is coming down lower, obviously, and however, since the last video, it hasn't really broken much lower. We have in the just before the last video reached that perfect extension level here. So if I take the length of that wave 1, we go to the high of the wave 2, the 1.618 fib extension was the perfect target for a third wave. Now I'm observing this now very, very closely. I mean, this third wave can still go down lower, obviously. Yeah, I mean, the next target would be 238 if we lose the 280 level. So far, we've seen a slight reaction to it, to the upside, but it's not yet enough to confirm that here a low has been made and that we are moving up in this fourth wave. It's too weak for that yet. Yeah, so it's too weak. I don't really have clear visibility of anything really bullish here. I mean, this currently looks like a three-wave structure, and it seems like we had two rejection wicks here, so it seems to be getting rejected already. It's not giving me much confidence. You could probably even draw some kind of an ascending wedge here, which is typically to be considered a reversal pattern with it, or you could even consider it a continuation pattern actually in a downtrend. So it would break out to the downside more likely, and the first target would always be the lowest point of the wedge, which you could argue, yeah, is probably down here around 290. So let's see what it does. But I currently don't have any evidence that a low has been made here. Few people ask me what would be the next targets if we break down even lower, because let's face it, at the moment there is no signal that the downtrend has stopped. We are looking for them. We are watching if the market is reversing. It certainly has done enough. It doesn't need to go any lower. But yeah, I mean, in the end, it's just following here the forecast. The downtrend is still active. I said that in the last video. I said that in the video before. We haven't, I think in the entire move down here that started at around 690. Yeah, I mean, this downtrending scenario has been active for a while now, and we obviously still running in this wave 3, or possibly even already in the wave 5. I'm going to show you an alternative wave pattern in a minute, but both are still pointing to the downside. Yeah, I mean, this wave 3 can also extend further if there is no signal that it's ended. Yeah, I mean, when you have an impulse, it runs as long as it runs, really. You should not really try to basically go long in an active downtrend. You shouldn't try to short into an active uptrend. You need to wait for a signal that things have changed, and that would be in the most simple form a first higher high and a higher low. And if that is starting, that fourth wave, if that fourth wave is starting, let's actually take a look at the possible retracements that can be reached. To calculate them, we take the length of the third wave and we look at the retracements, and then we talk about, yeah, a shallow wave 4 would take it to 382. The ideal wave 4 would take it to 441. That would be the most frequent target for a wave 4, the 38.2 fib retracement. And then, yeah, a strong wave 4 would take it to 488. That's one count, and I would expect a move up and then one more wave down later. That is certainly possible. It depends a little bit when we move up here. How does this structure actually evolve? Yeah, and I did add my first position in Natgas after the last video. I did talk about that, a first small position, Natgas futures actually. And I want to take this run, even if it's, even though, and you know, I'm not telling you it will go up tomorrow or anything. There is no reversal signal yet. Okay, so it's only a small position. Basically, I'm catching the falling knife at the moment. That's not a type of trading that everybody would do. It's a more risky one, but I will scale that trade up if we have a confirmed reversal. Okay, so it's really without leverage, just a small position, just to be part of it, because I'm not watching this chart necessarily every day. So yeah, you know, and then waiting for that wave 4, and then we could get one more wave down. Alternatively, and that's the other structure that's possible, is that this A, B, C, however, the C wave would go all the way down here. And then we had the wave 1 here, the wave 2 here, the wave, let me think, no, No, it's wrong. The wave 1 here, the wave 2 here, the wave 3 here, the wave 4 here, and all of this is a wave 5. And then we could say that without a retracement, this move down will be finished, and the next move up will be going back into the bull run, basically. So that's why it is uncertain at the moment. Do we get a wave 4 to the upside next, or will it be already the rally to the upside? Now, if you ask me about my primary expectation, it would be the this scenario here, but of course I don't know the future, no crystal ball here. We can only look at or trade what we see, and at the moment for me the risk to the downside is getting lower and the upside risk is basically higher, which means that if I'm not part of this, you know, sort of as a long trader or as someone who's going long, I might miss out, and the downside risk is really getting limited now. But still, it's there. It can still drop another 40%. Don't get me wrong, yeah. But yeah, I want to start to you know, get small positions in Natgas because I am long-term bullish anyway. But what else is important? So it's important that we understand this target area, and even what happens if we break out of this target area to the downside. Well, then I would have to go really to this alternative count. And then I think we talk about, okay, what would be an extension after the 1.786 extension, the 150 level, which would be the next support if we just keep falling every day and day and day. So yeah, it is going to be interesting. I promised I'm going to take a look at Natgas futures. I haven't done that yet, but what I wanted to show you is on the indicator side. We did that before anyway. But it has obviously those futures here have a longer chart history than the chart I have open there. And what I find so interesting is just how this actually looks like. Yeah, this strong sell-off. Is this actually, no, this is actually not the one that I wanted to open. 1 second. Let's see, it might be that one, the first one. Yeah, that has a longer chart history. No, what I wanted to show you is, again, just on the indicator side, also why I mentioned to you already in November and December that we are going down another 60-70%, because, and we were here somewhere, I don't know, where were we? Somewhere here or so. Yeah, around 550 or something. It was that monthly MACD cross. Indicators can confirm wave counts. This one did massively confirm the wave count. And I showed it to you back then that whenever we had such a bearish cross on the MACD on the monthly chart before, I did show you back then the futures as well, we had 60-70% drops. And that means, you know, if you compare that to back here, that was in June 2008, for example, when that bearish cross happened, we just roughly, we had another like 73% drop. Since November here, when that cross happened, we also had another 60% drop. So there is still downside potential, and it currently doesn't make any impression it would be stopping. Okay, so we had also, whenever the cross happened in the past and we came from a top, those were really multi-month long declines. And as you can see here, it hasn't even started to slow down. So typically what you see is that you probably see here a little bit of a slowdown in the negative momentum. All the time you see that, but here it's just coming down in a straight line. So it's not slowing down yet, indicating further downside, very, very much possible. So I'm observing this for short-term reversal signals to the upside. Even here, the bullish MACD crossover might become a bearish crossover shortly again. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, and that's my update about Natgas. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.